Hey, this is JD FIA. I want to talk to you today about seventh chords. I just want to clear up some confusion that anybody may have on seventh chords, and also if this is a beginner, if you're a beginner watching, this would be an introduction to seventh chords, I guess. I'm going to talk about two seventh chords. Well, let me say this. I'm gonna talk about four different seventh chords. All right, we got our major seventh chord, we got our minor seventh chord, we got our dominant seventh chord, and then we have our diminished seventh chord. All right, so I'm going to talk about those four real quick. All right, so the first one, we're going to look at the major seventh chord. All right, the major seventh chord, basically, I don't want to go too deep into theory on this video, but I'll talk about a little bit of it. All right, you have what you call in music, you have modes. All right, and these modes are basically just different types of scales. I guess you'll say they're built within scales. All right, and so the first mode is called the Ionian mode. That's Ionian. Ionian mode, and that outlines a major seventh chord. All right, and I'm not going to go deep into that, but it outlines a major seventh chord. Basically, over here in the West, our music is broken down into what we call tertian harmony. Our music is in thirds. What that means, tertian means three. All right, so it's thirds. So therefore, when we count out our scales, our major scales, our minor scales, whatever scales we're going to always count on thirds. And by counting in thirds, that means we're going to be basically taking a note, and we're going to skip the second note. We're going to take a note, skip a note, and take a note. We're playing every other note. And our numbering of those notes are going to go the same. So therefore, if I take the C major scale, all right, C, all right, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C, all right, and if I play every other note in this C major scale, all right, it's going to outline a triad or chord. All right, if I play the first three, that's going to be my C major chord, C, E, and G. All right, if I keep going up, taking a note, skip a note, take a note, skip a note, take a note, skip a note, take that B, that's going to give me a major seven. One, let's say 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm going to count in odd numbers. All right, and just for sheer purposes, if I wanted to continue up my scale, all right, once I get to D, all right, that's going to be my 9. All right, skip my E, get to my F. After 9 is 11, so F is going to be my 11. Skip the G, go up to A, that's going to be my 13. All right, so that's what people are talking about basically when they say a C9 chord or a C major 9 chord, C minor 9 chord. All right, you know, C minor major chord, all these different types of chords. All right, that's basically what they're talking about. They're just naming these intervals, and usually you'll call the chord from the top note. So even though I got the major 7 right here, by adding the 9, I'll call it a C major 9 chord because it's implied that I got the 7 included in the chord. All right, so back on track to what I was really wanting to talk about. You take this C major, take the C major scale, take every other note. It's going to outline a major 7 chord. All right. So what that means is, for practical use, that means anytime you play the one chord, all right, in your key. So since we're in C, our one chord is going to be C. All right, it's our first scale degree. Anytime we play this chord, technically, by theory, we can play a major 7 chord. All right. So that means my first chord, I may want to play a major 7 chord, as far as, and you got many different inversions that you can use. Alright, but a chord, I'll give you one, I guess. C major 7 chord. I'm actually playing a C major 9 chord. Alright, I got my left hand, I got a C octave. Alright, right hand, I'm playing my B, as I showed you, my major 7. Alright, 1, 3, 5, 7. Alright, then I'm going to play my D, which is my 9. Alright, we talked about that because if we just keep going up, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Alright, I'm playing my E, which is my major 3rd. Alright, and then I'm playing my G, which is my 5th. My major 7 chord. Major 9 chord. but for the purpose of this video, we're talking about this major 7. All right. Now, another just an extra for you. You can also play that same major 7 chord when you play the 4 chord. If you do the 4 chord, so basically, let me break it down to you real quickly. The fourth note of the major scale is going to be called the Lydian scale. All right, C, D, E, F. F is our 4th. So what that means is we're going to play the F. We're going to play the C major scale, but we're going to start on F and end on F. But we're going to use the same notes that's in the C major scale. Alright, so if I do that, it's going to give me this scale. Alright, now notice most of the time people just highlight the fact that you got a sharp 11 or in this scale, but I'm not going to highlight that. I'm highlighting the major 7. Alright, so if I take every chord, every note, and skip a note, my F is going to be my 1, skip the G, A is going to be my 3, skip the B, C is going to be my 5, skip the D, E is going to be my major 7. So it still outlines that same major 7 voicing just off of F. So what that means is, anytime we're playing, alright, by the theory, we can play a major 7 chord on the 1 chord, and we can play a major 7 chord on the 4 chord. Alright, I'm playing the same voicing. Alright, left hand I got F and F, right hand I got E, G, A, and C. Or you can look at it as I have my major 7, E, alright, and this is going to be distance from F now. Alright, we're playing that F chord, so we're going to be basing everything off the F. Alright, so E is my major 7, alright, from F, alright. G is going to be my 9, alright. A is going to be my major 3rd, C is going to be my 5th. Alright, and so you can just rock back and forth between those 2 chords if you want to, and you have a very nice, luscious, I guess, sound. Alright, maybe I'll do another video talking about different passing chords and ways you can spice that progression up, going from the 1 to the 4 using the major 7 chord. Alright, so that's that major 7. Alright, so anytime you play a 1 chord or 4 chord, you can use the major 7. You do that across the keyboard. Alright, I'm not going to really, since this video is already getting long, I'm not going to go into all the different keys, but it's the same concept. You take every other note, alright, and it's going to outline a major 7 chord for you. And also a easier way to look at find the major 7 on the fly, if you want to find it real fast, it's just simply a half step back away from your root. Alright, so C, or from your chord. So if I'm playing a C major 7 chord, I go a half step back, that's going to be my B. I just put the B up there. Alright, half step back from your root. Alright, right there before. Alright, the minor 7 chord. Alright, now the rest of these we should be able to fly right through because I've already pretty much set the premise for you. The minor 7 chord, alright, it's pretty much, it has 2 differences. Alright, first off, we're going to look at everything based off of C again. Alright, my major 7 chord was C, E, G, and B. Alright, if I want to play a minor 7 chord, alright, then don't let the term 7 really twist you up there. Alright, so if I'm playing a minor 7 chord, what that means is I'm playing a minor chord with the 7th on top. Alright, so the minor chord, to make a minor chord, I got to take the 3rd and I got to flat it. So that's going to give me an E flat instead of an E. So that's going to give me my C minor. Alright, so a lot of times we just play a C minor chord, C, E, and G. Alright, but I'm wanting to play the minor 7 chord. Alright, next thing we're going to have to do is, alright, we're going to have to take, since we're playing a minor 7 chord, we're going to have to take our 7th note as well, and we're going to have to flatten it. Alright, flatten it, we're going to have to take it down a half step. And so that's going to give us our minor 7 as well. Alright, just the same as the E flat is the minor 3rd. Alright, from E is the E flat, E is the major 3rd, E flat is the minor 3rd. The same way that from the B to the B flat, B is our major 7, so B flat is our minor 7. Alright? And so our minor 7 chord is going to look like this. C, minor 3rd, which is E flat, the same 5th, and a minor 7th, which is B flat. C minor 7 chord. Alright? Now, the minor 7 chord, you can play a minor 7 chord anywhere you play a minor chord. And normally your minor chord is going to fall on your 2nd scale degree, your 3rd scale degree, and your 6th scale degree. Alright? So anytime you're playing a 2 chord, a 3 chord, you know, of course there's other chords you can play off these scale degrees as well. But just for purposes of this video, anytime you play a 2 chord, a 3 chord, or a 6 chord, you can play a minor 7 chord. Alright? So if I'm in the key of C, alright, my 2 chord is going to be D. Alright, that means I can play a D minor 7 chord. Alright, so left hand I'm going to play my, just kind of give you a quick voicing real quick. Left hand I'm going to play my root, which is D. I don't know if you can see this down here. I'm going to play my root, which is D. Alright, my thumb, I'm going to play I'm going to play the minor 7th away from D. Alright, so D is my root. Alright, a half step back is going to give me my major 7. Alright, which is C sharp. And then I got to play a minor 7, so I'm going to flatten my 7. That's going to put me on C. Alright, which is ironically the key that I'm in. Alright, so I got my root and my 7th in my left hand, D and C. And my right hand, I'm going to play, actually let's change that. Left hand we're going to play D, A, and D. Alright. Right hand I'm going to play my minor 7, which is going to be C. My 9, which is going to be E. Alright. I'm not going to really break this scale down. My F is going to be my minor 3rd. And A is going to be my 5th. So if I take that D major scale, play every other note. Alright, that's going to outline for me my minor 7 chord. Because since it's a 2 chord, and it's called the Dorian mode is the name of the mode if you want to look more into it. Alright, but so I got D is going to be my root. F is going to be my minor 3rd. A is going to be my 5th. And then the C is going to be my flat 7 or my minor 7. Alright, like I said, C sharp is going to be my major 7. Alright, so C is going to be my minor 7. Alright, so a D minor 7, I got my minor 3rd, which is F, and I got my minor 7, so I'm good. D minor 7 chord. Now I voice that chord like this. That's the way I voice it normally. Left hand I got a D. Right hand I'm playing my minor 7, which is C. 9, which is E. Minor 3rd, which is F. A, which is my 5th. Alright, and you can play all your voicings this way. Play all your minor chords in that key, you can play them that way. So if I want to play a 3 chord, I do the same thing. Alright, now I don't want to confuse you too much, but I'm going to follow that same chord structure. So for this E minor 7 chord, I'm going to have this F sharp in the chord. Alright, because that's the 9th away from, alright, from E. Alright, and also on my 6th chord. And like I said, I'm using that same voicing. Alright, so let me go ahead and give you this voicing for the for the E minor 7 chord. Left hand I got E, B, and E. Right hand I'm playing D, which is my 9th. F sharp is which is my D, which is my minor 7. F sharp, which is my 9th. G, which is my minor 3rd. B, which is my 5th. Alright, 6th chord. A minor 7 chord. Left hand A, E. Right hand G, B, C, E. Alright, so all these are our minor 7 chords, alright? And the same works across the keyboard. A flat minor 7, alright? B flat minor 7. You're going to want to learn these across all of your keys, alright? B minor 7. And technically, since I'm playing the 9th, it's a B minor 9 chord. All of these are minor 9. But I'm just saying minor 7 since that's what this video is about. E flat minor 7 chord. D flat minor 7 chord. What G minor 7 chord. Alright, so you would want to go through and learn these, because anytime you're playing a 2 or 3 or 6 chord, this minor 7 chord is an option for you. Alright, and it can really add a lot to your playing versus just playing the regular minor chord. So if I play my C major 7, my 1 chord, alright, go to my 2 chord, D minor 9 technically, but we're gonna call it D minor 7. Go to the E minor 7. Alright, then I can go to that major 7 off to my 4 chord. Alright, major 7, E, G, A, and C. Alright, hopefully you wrote these chords down. Alright, next kind of 7th chord is going to be our dominant 7 chord. Dominant 7 chord. Alright, our dominant 7 chord, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this first to make this simple. Dominant 7 chord usually is going to fall on a 5 chord. Alright, so we're gonna stay in the key of C. Alright, we're gonna go to our 5th scale degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G. So if we want to play a dominant 7 chord, it's gonna be a G dominant 7, and we say that G7. So and let me back up real quick. The major 7, we'll call that major 7 chord. The minor 7, we'll call it minor 7. Alright, down here. Alright, and then this dominant 7, the C7, we can or G7, we can either call it G7 or we can call it G dominant 7. All right, but those are the way that you would normally talk about it. You just call it a G7 chord. All right. If I take the 5th mode, all right, the 5th mode of our major scale is going to outline a. It's going to give us the Lydian mode. Alright, and it's going to be starting on G, we're going to play the C major scale, starting on G, and then ending on G. Lydian, I can't talk today. Lydian mode. Alright, so G is going to be our 1. We're going to play the same notes in the C major scale, but we're going to start on G and end on G. Alright, so we got 1. Alright, A is going to be our 2nd note, B is going to be our 3rd note, C is going to be our 4th note, D is going to be our 5th note. Alright, so it's a G major triad so far. E is going to be our 6th note. F is going to be our 7th note. Alright, normally in the key of G you have an F sharp, which makes the major 7. But this scale is going to give us a flat 7. So we have a major 3rd and a flat 7. Alright, which is a tritone. I'm not going to go too deep into tritones. Alright, but this is going to give you your dominant 7 chord or C7 or G7 chord. Alright, my G major, G, B, and D with a flat 7. F. You do that across the whole keyboard. Alright, root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Alright, now if I wanted to continue breaking this down, alright, even further up the scale, alright, I'll be up to my A, which is be my 9. B, we'll just skip the B. C is my 11. Alright, skip the D. E is my 13. Alright, now of course we know we can flatten and sharpen these intervals. Alright, flat 9. Alright, G7 flat 9. So I'm gonna do it like this. Alright, let me just make it simple. Alright, this is the G7 chord. G, B, D, F, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Flat 7, minor 7. Alright, go up to the A. A is going to be my 9th, so I have a G9 chord. Alright, but I can also flatten the 9 and have a G flat 9. Or I can also sharpen the 9, which is raise it, and have a G sharp 9. Alright. Usually when you play a sharp 9 chord, you play a sharp 11 too. So C is going to be my 11, D flat's my sharp 11. G7 sharp 11. Alright? And of course you would voice these in all kind of different, you wouldn't voice it necessarily like this. Alright? But that just give you a G13. I'm sorry, G13. It's my E, flat 13, E flat. Alright, so really, if you really look at it, it's like triads built within triads. Alright, so if I start here, I have an A minor triad, which is giving my upper structure voicing, what you'll call it. Alright? And I know I'm going deep. Do it like that. You got my flat 9, major 3rd, and then flat 13. Alright? Alright, so let me stay back on track. The 7th chord. Alright? Sorry. G7 chord. Alright, so anytime you play a 5 chord, you will want to play that dominant 7 chord. Alright? And you can also use it other times, a lot other times, but just to keep it simple, so you know the difference between the two. Alright? Got that tritone right there. Minor 7 chord would be here. G minor 7, minor 3rd. Alright? But the major 3rd makes it a 7 chord. Alright? So, that's the dominant 7 chord. And then you have a diminished 7 chord. Alright? It's taking everything. Diminished means flattened. Alright? So we take a C major 7 chord. Alright? C, E, G, and B. We flatten the 3rd. It's going to give us an E flat. We flatten the 5th. Alright? So we're going to flatten the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Alright? Double flatten the 7th. Alright? So, I'm sorry, flatten the 7th. So, take our major 7 chord, flatten the 3rd, which is C, E flat right here. Flatten the 5th, which is G flat. Alright? And then, yeah, we're going to double flatten, alright, the 7th. So it's going to give us our A right here. So it's a C diminished 7 chord. Alright? If we play the B flat, this is a C half diminished 7 chord. Alright? But yeah. So our diminished 7th chord is going to have a minor 3rd, a minor 5th, alright, and a minor flat 7, so a double flat, I guess you'll say, from the regular major 7. Alright? It's going to put us on A. Basically, the way that you would explain it is, it's going to be minor 3rds throughout the chord, minor 3rd intervals. So from C to E flat is a minor 3rd, E flat to G flat is a minor 3rd, G flat to A is a minor 3rd. Alright, and you can also take this chord and invert it as well. Alright, and you're going to want to learn each one of these chords. Alright, and you do the same thing across all the keys. This video went a lot longer than what I wanted it to, so I'm not going to really go into a lot of different examples that you can use. But I basically wanted you to know the difference between these 7 chords. So, major 7, alright, minor 7, alright, C7, dominant 7 rather, and diminished 7. Alright, you use your major 7 on the 1 and the 4 chord, alright. Use your minor 7 on a 2, 3, or 6 chord. So in key of C we have D minor 7. We'll do it like this. Keep it simple. E minor 7. Alright, and with A minor 7. Alright. Dominant 7, or it come on our 5 chord. So that gives us a G7. Diminished 7. Alright, you can use that on a you can use it as a 7th, the 7th scale degree, or there's many different places you can use that diminished 7. This video is really not about that. I don't really want to go that deep into, because there's tons of places you can use a diminished 7 chord. Alright, but this video is to kind of let you know the differences between the types of 7 chords. And of course you have augmented 7th chords and all kind of other 7th chords, but I just wanted to go over these main 4. I hope I helped you, and I hope I could clear some things up. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.